Hey, look, y'all know on this page, I give y'all nothing but game, nothing but sauce, and nothing but life-changing information. Look, y'all know I'm only 20 years old, man. I done made well over 6 figures in 2024, and I'm only 20, man, off of trading and long-term investing. I trade in the stock market. I trade options. And once you learn how to become a profitable day trader and investor, your life will change forever. So luckily, man, I picked up on this skill early, and I'm just trying to get y'all the sauce and teach y'all the game. Look, if you do not have these main two stocks in your portfolio, you are already behind, man. We are in 2025. You have to have some type of money invested, so not just investing into the right things, but on this channel I'm giving y'all exactly what to invest your money into for the long term and for the days ahead, man. So a lot of y'all think when you invest it takes years, and no, it do not take years. You could literally get into these plays today and make your first 4 figures next week. You can make your first $1,000 in the stock market next week. You can make your first 10K in a couple months. So you just have to follow exactly what I'm saying, man. But I'm finna give y'all the sauce. I'm finna teach y'all what two stocks you need, and I'm finna give y'all the breakdown on how you can make this money, man. So look, the first stock you want to get into going into 2025, I recommend you to load up on these top two stocks now, man. So as y'all can see, the first one is AMD. This is a no-brainer, man. If you do not know what AMD is a chip stock. So the chip stocks is what's going to build your portfolio, especially over time, man. This is the future, right? So get you some chip stocks in your portfolio, right? So let me show y'all why AMD is a good buy. So as you can see on this daily chart, as I'm doing my charting, you always want to start from the higher time frames, such as the daily and the weekly, so you can get a full analysis of what the actual stock is doing. Right. So first off, this is what you want to see. You always want to see some type of dip or some type of pullback. So as you can see, AMD pulled back to this key level. As you can see, this it looks like 120, right? So around this one, so we just gonna mark 120 as a horizontal line. So this is my first key level. So the way I know that 120 is a key level, because look where it dropped at. Just look at these wicks. Previously, it rejected off 120 here. It bounced off 120 here, went all the way to the top. It bounced off 120 here, and now currently is building off of 120. And look, even before, it rejected off 120 and bounced off 120. So this is how you can see like where your key area is on your chart. This is called a key level, right? So key levels are basically your levels of support and resistance. You always want to identify these as you're charting, right? So 120 is that key level, and it also dips. So anytime I'm loading up into a stock, or anytime I'm thinking about buying a stock, I always want to find some type of dip or some type of rejection from the highs. That's how I know that it's a good buy to get into. So first off, we are in this 120 demand zone, right? 120 demand. And let's look up the info line. This is another thing I like to look at, so I can know if it's a good stock to get into, right? So you want to start from the highs and go down to where it's currently at now, which is around 120 right here. So as you can see from these from AMD all-time highs, AMD has dropped 47%, right? So this thing has dropped damn near 50%, right? So y'all might think like the investor that don't have knowledge on investing, you might think like, no, why am I getting an AMD? It's already falling. I'm not about to put my money in a falling stock. No, the money is made when the stock is at a dip. The money is made when nobody wants to buy the stock. When nobody wants to buy the stock, that's when you buy in. Then the stock would eventually get hype, and it just go up, and it just keep going and going and going on the bull run up. And by that time, everybody trying to get in, and you already been in, you already made your money. So this is why I like to buy stocks when they red. This is why I like to buy stocks when they, on that path down, right? Because this is where the most money being made at. But as you can see from the all-time highs, AMD has dropped around 47, 48%. So this is a buy zone for sure, right? So for me, the reason why I use this info line, because I usually like to get in stocks at least a 20% plus drawdown. So this is a 47% drawdown, but I always like to get a starter entry or a starter position at around like 20%. So when this thing first dropped, I got in around this. Let's see. So 20% is 227 to 180. That's 20%. Then we're gonna just do another 20%, which is 40%, is around this 135 area, right? So this thing has dropped all the way to 120. That's 47%. So this is a buy if I ever seen one, man. So if you just load up on this, you can literally get rich off of this stock. And when I say by load up, I mean by the way I buy these stocks for the long term is I buy equity and I buy long term leaps, right? So if you do not know what long term leaps is, long term leaps are basically your option contracts that are priced for longer dated times, right? So they are basically longer dated option contracts. So me, for example, let's just say I want to get in the leap. I get in the leap here. I get into like a 150 call that expires in 2026, right? So this is another main way on how I make most of my money in the stock market. I make most of my money off of leaps, man. Leap, leap trading, right? These are long dated option contracts, or it's basically long term swings. So what you want to do is you want to get some leaps if you can, get some type of swing positions for the long term, and get some long term and average down on equity, right? So when I say equity, that basically means shares, like shares. So currently, AMD is trading around 121.84 a share, right? And it's in this demand zone, as you can see, this whole green area, right? So if I change this to green, so all trading is basically supply and demand, right? See, it's right back in this green zone, which is demand, right? So for more confirmation, we gonna pull up the EMAs. So I like to use the we gonna do the, let's see, I like the 200, right? SMA 200 is one of my favorite ones to use when I'm like long term investing, right? We gonna change the color so we can see it real quick. We're gonna just do it to white. So like I say, you want to start on your higher time frames, right? So let's just go to this weekly, right? Because this is the one of the best time frames to find your swings on, weekly and daily, right? So if we on this weekly time frame, as you can see, AMD is approaching right off this 200 SMA weekly, right? So look how perfect this chart is setting up, right? Weekly 200 SMA is in this demand zone between 120, well, off this demand zone, 120 green area, and it's a 47% drawdown from the high. So this is like a guaranteed buy, right? Even if you want to do your charting on it, right? This thing just screams it wants to break out. This thing wants to break out sooner or later. So if I was you, I will buy AMD now. So AMD is a no-brainer buy, right? No-brainer. This chart is beautiful, right? So this the first stock. Your second stock is Nvidia, man. Your second stock is Nvidia. So if you do not know, Nvidia is also a chip stock, right? Nvidia and AMD are the top two chip stocks you want to invest into to get rich, man. I'm telling you. So Nvidia is also a good looking chart. So as you can see, Nvidia is just holding, right? So I like when stocks hold and consolidate like this, because that means they like holding a value. So just look how this stock is holding. AMD is more so at a dip. As you can see, is more so at this dip, but Nvidia is just holding its value, like it's just hold and consolidate, right? So this would be considered a channel breakout. So I love Nvidia too for a just to buy for the long term, right? Nvidia is a no-brainer buy, right? But you can wait on some type of pullback. When Nvidia we gonna sell like 120. You can start getting in around 120. But all in all, even if you just get in now and hold, you're gonna make money, right? You can wait on some type of pullback. That's the best thing to do. If I was to get in this, I'd say wait till 120, around getting some starters at 130, get in some more at 120, and as this stock just keeps dumping down, just buy, and build a position into Nvidia, man. Nvidia is like a no-brainer stock. You can literally, like, you don't even have to wait for the dip. You can literally put your money in this and just hold for the long term, and over time. We thinking long term when it comes to investing. We not trying to get rich quick overnight. We thinking long term. So over time, if you put your money in Nvidia and AMD now, you gonna for sure 100% see returns, man. It's like the most easiest money you can make. And even just for more confirmation, right? I always like to do my analysis on the stock, right? So what this is called is your fundamental analysis. So as we charting, this is called technical analysis. Technical analysis is your chart. Fundamental analysis is like the actual balance sheets, how much the company is bringing in revenue wise, year after year, quarter after quarter, etc., etc. Right. So if we just look at, I use Yahoo Finance for this. So if we just look at Nvidia balance sheet, let me see. I mean, if we just look at Nvidia financials, so this is your annually and your quarterly. I always look at and I look at both, and I look at the net income stockholders. So this basically tells you if the company is growing quarterly or annually, right? So as you can see, all numbers are in thousands. So you just want to see if the numbers are fluctuating, staying the same, or going up and down. It's that easy. Right, so as you can see, it's going from 4.39. They had a dip here in 2023, 2024. They recovered to 29, and now the trailing 12 months is 63. So this thing is just growing annually, like it's just a tank. You know what I'm saying? So Nvidia is a no-brainer buy, man. I'm telling y'all, load up on shares, load up on equity, and just load up on some swing contracts, man, and just leaps, swings, and just hold for the long term, man. Nvidia and AMD, right? So let's look at the quarterly. Quarterly, they even doing even better. Let me see. 2023, 9.2, 2024, 12, 2020. Oh, yeah, okay. 2024, 12. I did this quarter after quarter, right? So 14, 16, 19, trailing 12 months, 63. So you see that Nvidia is just going up and up over time, man. So why not put your money in a company that's already going crazy? And we can even look at the cash flow. Like, if we look at the cash flow, look how much money they playing with. Like, they started at 4, 8. They probably made some investments or something. That's why they took a dip. But look how they recovered, 27, 56. So this is a no-brainer company to put your money in, man. Nvidia and AMD. So if you trying to get rich in 2025, man, Nvidia and AMD is where you want to be putting your money at, man. Especially this AMD, like I would say to buy, if you're watching this on January 9th, 2025, put your money, build a position in this now. Because look at the chart pattern it's making, man. This is just an indication to get in now, man. So I'm giving y'all free sauce and free game. So look, man, Nvidia and AMD is the main two stocks you want to get into. Look, if you want access to all of my plays, if you want access to all of my long-term investments, if you want to see what plays I'm getting into daily, I advise you to join my trading Discord, man. It's the first link in bio, SelfMade Society. It's one big trading group I made. It's one big society, and inside I'm literally teaching people how to get rich every day, and I'm giving you the blueprint to success. So it's one big society that teaches you nothing but financial literacy and how to make money online, how to trade stocks, how to invest in the stock market, and overall how to build wealth, man. So if y'all want to make the same amount of money as me, if y'all want success just like me, Join my trading Discord, SelfMade Society. Come make this money, man. I live day trade with the chat. I live give y'all my swing signals, my leap signals, my long-term investment signals. I give y'all everything, man. So if y'all want access to live day trading, or if you want access to my plays, tap in, man. SelfMade Society is the link, first link in my bio, man. Come make this stock market money. This is how you build wealth. This is how you build generational wealth for the long term, man, by trading and investing, man. Let's do it.